I'll be
Okay,
vague.
the most basic answer to that question is that it is based on theft. The whole thing revolves around stealing. And while society can handle thieves and robbers, those occur in every society. We have laws to, limit their activity, corral them, put them in prison, make them pay back for their crimes. But a society that's based on theft itself cannot survive. It eventually will collapse and rebuild itself into something else, hopefully something that is not based on theft. Um, this actually, I mentioned we were talking earlier that I also do biblical commentary into these things, and while this isn't exactly biblical, there's a book behind me by a guy named Rabbi Sadiq Gaon, who was writing in around 800 of the Common Era, in the late Dark Ages, and he asked the basic question: why does the Bible prohibit us from stealing? What's the point? Like, why can't we just steal? Okay, so he says because if you have a society that's based on stealing, eventually you run out of things, and then everybody dies, because then nobody produces anything. If you can just steal it, why produce it? And then you run out of stuff to steal, and then that's it. It's over. We've seen this time and time again in every communist society, which is based on theft. And how is our monetary system based on theft? That's the main question. Well, when you print money into existence, really a money substitute, and you have the ability to claim real goods and services on that thing that you just invent out of nothing, then you're basically stealing stuff from producers and producing nothing in return. That's stealing. Couch it in whatever academic terms you want. We've seen outright theft couch in academic terms in worse and worse ways. Especially in the last 3 or 4 years. Even people trying to justify like Black Lives Matter looting in academic terms. It's the same thing. But the system of inflation is based on theft, and that will collapse society. But again, this is an important point though, that inflation is not money. Inflation is a money substitute. When you print stuff, it always goes back into the past based on a pre-existing money, right? That pre-existing money is gold and silver. So when you are spending a dollar, you're not spending really a dollar. You're spending the gold value of that dollar. And the more dollars you print, the more inflated that gold value becomes, and eventually it turns to zero, and that's hyperinflation. So they can create money substitutes and spend them into existence through theft, and that's the problem. The middle class and the lower middle class has less and less, and the classes that benefit from inflation because they're close to the money printers, they get more and more, and you have this lopsided inequality that's due to theft, not due to not enough regulation, due to theft. And then eventually the peasants revolt and you have a societal collapse. That's what's going to happen.